Hey guys, on this video, I'm going to give you 4 ways to check your inner voice, to check your thought life. Let's get started. Okay, as Christians, as we're trying to walk the walk and be holy as I am holy, as Jesus says, if we're trying to truly grow in our character, in our spirit, trying to become just a better person, better character, love your neighbor, put God first, all that cool stuff, your thought life is a big process to go through. It's something about dying to yourself, understanding who you are, understanding that your thought life is kind of part of your old flesh self. It's not part of your new creation. That's why Paul says to renew your mind, right? So it's a reprogramming of your mind. So I'm going to give you 4 things to kind of check yourself on with your thought life. Number 1, it says in the Bible to meditate on things that are true, noble, and pure. So really, it kind of comes down to what are you putting in your brain? What are you looking at? What are you listening to? What are you watching? What's your entertainment that you like? What music, what TV, what movies, what do you let come into your brain, into your ears, into your eyes, which form your thought life? Is it more about Jesus? Is it more about junk? So the first one is junk or Jesus. What are you letting come into your life? You've probably heard the phrase garbage in, garbage out. If you let garbage into your eyes and into your ears, into your mind, into your life, guess what? That's going to affect your character. It's going to affect who you are. So garbage in, garbage out. You start becoming kind of bitter and torn down, critical spirit, different, prideful, maybe lustful. You start becoming what you let into your life. So that first one, junk or Jesus, what are you letting into your life? What are you meditating on? Are you truly thinking and praying, and that inner voice, is your inner voice constantly telling you things that are true, noble, and pure? Are you watching and listening things that are true, noble, and pure, or not? So I suggest whatever you're doing right now that you know falls outside of that category, try to weed it out of your life. Just figure out what music you're listening to, what TV shows, what movies, what radio stations, whatever you're listening to, whatever you're looking at, whether it's things on the internet that's about gossip or about lies or about anger, about pride, about greed, about lust, any of that stuff. It's so easy to just take that out of your life and not let it into your mind, because those things can absolutely affect your thought life. Number 2, are you a victim or a victor? So are you a victim? You know what a victim is. It's somebody who's always, somebody's doing something wrong to them. It's always somebody else's fault. I'm a victim. Woe is me. Man, I would be this if it weren't for this. That victimized spirit. And it is a spirit that's got hold of you that gives you that victim spirit. But guess what? Jesus' blood and Jesus' work on the cross can break any of that. You can lay it at the cross and walk away from it. He is a way maker. He is a chain breaker, right? Just like the song says. So ask yourself, are you a victim or a victor? A victim, of course, is that critical spirit. Somebody else is always holding you down, whether it be somebody at work, somebody in your life, a group of people, a government, a race of people. It's always somebody holding you down, holding you back, that victim. Woe is me. Well, guess what? You can convert that to a victor, a victorious spirit in yourself with the renewing of your mind. Shift from that victim spirit and realize that you and only you are the one that wakes up in your skin, wakes up in your body, wakes up in your bed, and starts and holds your character. Holds who you are, holds your ambitions and your goals and your accomplishments, what you're going to do in life, how you're going to serve, how you're going to lead, what you're going to generate, what kind of parent you're going to be, what kind of girlfriend, boyfriend, friend you're going to be to other people. You and only you control that. So quit. If you've got that victim spirit, stop it right now. It's not attractive, number 1. and it's only holding you back. You and only you are the one that's holding you back. There's people, read books about people who have overcome adversity. There's people in this world who have much worse situations than you. So don't get in your little pity party, woe is me victim spirit and think that you're, oh man, you have no idea my problems. Somebody always has a bigger problem than you. And there's always been people who have overcome those problems. You can do it too. Just wake up with a different spirit. Renew your mind and stop being a victim and start being a victor. Pray about it. Become victorious. Understand that you and only you control your thought life, your character, who you're going to be, the situations you put yourself in, the opportunities that you're going to seize and take advantage of, how hard you're going to work for the things that you want. Only you can control that. Number 3, are you grateful or are you entitled? Do you have a grateful spirit where you're constantly saying, man, thank you so much for letting me have this. Thank you for my health. Do you wake up with a grateful spirit? That's one of the first things I do when I wake up is I praise God. Number 1, that I woke up. Number 2, that I just thank for my health, for my family, that I can see, I can hear, I can walk, I can talk, I can live, I can serve, I can go. I thank you for my job. I thank you for my family and our relationships. I thank you for my friends. Thank you for where I live, my country, my house, my freedoms that I've got. I thank Him for all of that. So I try to start out every day with a grateful spirit. But there are people who have that bitter spirit, that entitled spirit. You owe me. They kind of go through life expecting things. So when things happen to them, they're not really that grateful for it. It's maybe because they earned it or because they were entitled, or you should have done that for me. I should be getting this. Because I'm this, I should get this. That entitled spirit is very, very detrimental to your health, to your walk, to your character. So if you wake up thinking somebody should do something for you, or a certain situation should happen because you woke up, and you exist, things should happen to you. That entitled spirit, no, you need to work for things. You need to figure out how to convert that entitled spirit into a grateful spirit. Work hard, work on your work ethic, make things happen, have a strong prayer life, a strong walk, and things happen for you. And then you can be grateful for those things. But even if not, there's always somebody worse off than you are. Be grateful that you don't have sizable problems. Now, anybody has problems. We all go through trials. And actually, the Bible says that you should have joy. Consider it pure joy when you go through a trial. Crazy. You need to read about that because that's a different subject altogether. To have a joyful spirit in the worst trial of your life. Pretty tough stuff. But it all comes down to the renewing of your mind and controlling your thought life. Only you control that. So do you have a grateful spirit or do you have an entitled spirit? Work on that. And lastly, are you an optimist or are you a pessimist? The funny thing about most pessimists is they say, I'm not a pessimist, I'm a realist. I just say what's really going to happen. Or I expect the worst, so when good things happen, it's only good, right? So if I expect the worst, not the worst happens, it's always good. So I'm in a win-win situation. That's a terrible way to look at it. Just figure out, are you an optimist? Do you look at the bright side of things? Are you always expecting and joyful and gleeful? And that optimist is like, yeah, man, we can do this. That go for it, positive attitude, that everything is achievable with hard work and dedication and a little favor from God maybe. Things are possible. Or do you have that pessimist spirit where it's not even worth trying? I'm not even going to do that because I failed. I failed the previous 3 times. I'm going to fail again. When somebody comes to you with good news, you always find something critical to say about it to bring them down a little bit. Be grateful for other people sharing cool stuff with you. Don't be so insecure in yourself that you can't be gleeful for somebody else. Don't always, and you can look at my being a great conversationalist video that I made. Don't ever try to one-up somebody. When somebody brings something to you, don't try to one-up them. That's part of being a pessimist. So ask yourself, am I an optimist or am I a pessimist? And then start working on it. But you know what? It's tough to answer that question on your own. Ask some friends, ask people who you're close to who love you. Ask them, am I a pessimist? Am I mostly doom and gloom? Or am I somebody that's always the sky's bright, it's a good day, good things are going to happen? Am I that kind of person? You can think about the people you're around too. You know people who are optimists and you know people who are pessimists. Guess which one you want to be around? The optimist. Of course you want to be around an optimist because they just make you feel good. They're life cheerleaders. My sister actually is an incredible life cheerleader. She builds you up and makes you feel like a king every time you're around her because she's so stinking optimistic. It's comical sometimes how optimistic she is, but I love her for that. I love anytime I need any kind of good word or just to feel good about something, I go to her because she is my life cheerleader. So for you, look for optimists in your life or become an optimist. Shift that mindset. So go back to the beginning. Renew your mind. Concentrate on things that are true, noble, and pure. Figure out each of these 4 things that I've told you about, which category you fall in. And remember, you and only you control those things. You and only you control those things. It's up to you. So right now, when you click stop on this video and you move on to something else, write these things down. I challenge you to figure out where you are in the process and start making that conversion right now because people will love you for it. People gravitate to people who have these 4 things figured out. I hope this video encouraged you today. I hope you do take notes and write things down. Maybe start journaling some of the things that I talk about. Figure out how to incorporate it into your life. I hope you have a blessed day. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you subscribe to this channel because I do stuff like this once or twice a week where I post a little video on things for you to chew on. Have a fantastic day. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next video.